to talk to you today about Thomas Edison in my journey box. I'm sorry this might be hard because my front-facing camera is messed up when they've repaired my phone. It does not work, so I'm going to try to do my best. I'm so sorry. And my name is Anna Warren, and this is my project for my social studies class, and I would love to tell you about Thomas Edison. And I'll show you some pictures as well. One of my favorite activities, which he is widely known for, I just happened to click on this one, for being the inventor of the light bulb. He was a trendsetter. I feel like he dug in and went above and beyond to invent this and invent that. He was so ingenuitive. So these are some pictures of him that I found on Google. He looks to be pretty sharp. But that's not my favorite one. I do enjoy exploring the automatic telegraph. The activity that I chose for this is called the Creating the Morse Code Message. You give each student a pair of flashlights or a light. You let them practice using Morse code to send messages to each other, like hi, or you could use your initials, or I guess really whatever you could think of. And then for a group project, they can attempt to write and decode messages. And then for the assessment, I can observe the students doing the during the Morse code activity for participation and understanding. They'll either get it or they won't, and you'll be able to see that right away. In groups, the students can create short messages using Morse code on large sheets of paper and exchange messages with other groups to decode them using the Morse code chart. Discussion. Reflect on how challenging or easy it was to send messages this way. We are so used to our technology and things being so easy and fast, but it wasn't like that back in the day. I gave an introduction to Thomas Edison to where we can discuss as a class his various inventions and highlight him as his role as an American innovator. Then I gave a link to some of the resources I used, and I added some more pictures of his invention and himself. My questions were, how does the automatic telegraph speed up communication compared to manual messages? How challenging or easy it was to send messages this way? How many words could the automatic telegraph record in 1 minute? And why was fast communication important during the late 1800s? We need fast communication today, but I wonder why all the way back then they needed fast communication. I just found this one to be very interesting. You have the, kinetograph motion picture, exploring early motion pictures. I'm just kind of go through there really quickly. The cinema world. That was a great invention. This one was especially important to me, especially with what just happened in America, United States, where we just voted for our president or our next president. Edison's vote recorder, electrographic voice recorder. For the activity, about 10 minutes, we'll hand out ballots with options for a class decision, like choosing a class pet. Have each student fill out their ballot and turn it in. Timing the vote counting, also allow for 10 minutes. As the teacher counts the votes manually with a timer, write down the time. Explain to the students how Edison's invention aimed to make this process even faster. This also needed to have a geographic portion to it, so I added a geographic exploration, which could take up to 15 minutes, but hopefully not that long. You can start it with a discussion starter. Ask your students how voting might look different in large cities versus rural areas. Cities might have more voters. They might require faster counting methods. Rural areas, kind of like where we're from, they might have fewer voters but still need the same efficient system to avoid any hiccups, just like the cities might with a bunch of people. The map activity I would show a map to the students and show them the population densities and the differences, and even maybe the similarities. Excuse me. And the historical context would be: explain how Edison's invention helped us accommodate growing populations during industrialization. Highlight how technological advancement like Edison's inspired later innovations such as electronic voting system used today. I just gave a little information about him, and I included some pictures of his invention, which I thought was pretty cool. And then right here it says, "We fight for civil rights." My questions would be: how did this invention improve voting? How old was Thomas Edison when he filed his first patent for this invention? What is the difference between rural and city areas? Does this have any factor in how many votes are casted? My activity 5 is the electric pen, which I also thought was pretty fascinating. There's my lesson. There's the invention. There's some of my questions. Activity 6 is a magnetic iron ore separator, which I thought was pretty neat. There's my topic. Well, it's not my topic, my lesson. Activity. Here are some images of the invention. And there are some of my questions, things like: what makes for a strong magnet and a weak magnet? What type of project did this invention create for Thomas Edison? And what items contain materials within them that make them magnetic? Recording, yeah. There Thomas Edison is with one of his inventions. I don't know if he ever really got the credit he deserved for all the magnificent things that he invented. I feel like like my journey box says, he was an American innovator. He wanted more, to improve more, to make things better, make them more efficient, to help the American people. And I think that's exactly what he did. And I do think that my activities and my lessons and my artifacts do align with my second grade standards. And I feel like that my assignments or lessons would be able to be easily completed or done by a group of second graders. And again, I'm so sorry for my camera not working. I had to turn it to face me. I couldn't use the front of my camera, so I'm using the back side, so it's kind of a struggle. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and you might want to dig into Thomas Edison some more and find out about more of his inventions, because there are plenty more than what I had in my journey box. Thank you.